What is up, guys? It is the Glitch Guy here, bringing you an amazing video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how you can get the blimp and the 747 into Grand Theft Auto Online. As you see in the bottom left hand corner, this is Grand Theft Auto Online because there is no yellow special ability bar indicating that it's single player but rather online. This is the Atomic Blimp, and in a few seconds I will be showing you the 747 in online. And as you see on the bottom left hand side in the radar, again, there is no yellow special ability bar. Both of these vehicles you cannot obtain at all in in multiplayer, excuse me. They only come from single player, which is why this glitch is unique, and of course normal players seeing these vehicles will be astonished on the fact and how you brought them into online. These vehicles are both very slow, so there's a high chance they may get shot down and out of the air, but nonetheless, this is an extremely easy and fun glitch to do. So in a few moments I will be showing you it, but first, thanks to INR50 for donating some Xbox Live codes to me as I was running low and did not have proper gold, and he was able to help me out. So if you guys could do me a favor and check out his channel, the link is in the description. He has some pretty epic videos, and honestly I think it would help him out a lot since he is a new and starting upcoming YouTuber and he wants to get a start somewhere. Anyways, this is the 747, and as you saw earlier, that was the Atomic Blimp, but on the screen in a few moments I'll be showing you both. There are two individual little thumbnails that are kind of moving around. One says blimp right now, and one says 747. If you have your annotations turned on, you can click on either of those images, and they will bring you to parts of the tutorial on how to bring these two individual vehicles in online. They both use pretty much the same method to bring them in online, so you can watch both videos and kind of get a gist of what you need to do. But if you don't have annotations, or if you're on a mobile device, the timestamps and a certain time as to where these tutorials start will be in the description. So you can go ahead and click on any of these two images and they will bring you to the part of the tutorial. If you decide you want to watch the whole video through, it will show you the blimp tutorial first, followed by the 747 tutorial. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys at the end of the video. So you've decided to do the blimp tutorial, and well, maybe you're just watching the whole video through. All of this tutorial is pretty self-explanatory. As long as you follow the visual content as well as my instructions, you'll be perfectly fine. Anyways, what I wanted to show you right now is that this is working in version 1.10, 1.10, the most recent version to date, and it will probably continue work past that. Anyways, right here, as you see on the map, that is where you're going to want to be, at least, and I'll show you exactly where you want to be so you don't mess this up. But once you've made your way over here, underneath that horse track tunnel over there, in the middle of the horse track, you're going to want to park your car or whatever you use to get over here, right in the center. And then once you're in the center, you can go ahead and switch to Michael. Once it leaves GTA Online, basically what you're doing here is you're saving your location so that way your online character will be there whenever you come back. If you had last location set, you'll be good to go, but if you did not have last location set, you want to make sure you do that and change it from property to last location. That is in options. Anyways, once you get your way into single player, you're going to want to go ahead and start up an invite-only session in GTA Online. What you can do from here, you're going to wait for that to load. Once you've spawned back in, if you spawn back in the middle of the parking lot, you should be fine. In the middle of the horse track, in the middle of the casino area. If you spawn right here, this is the part where it's going to get confusing of the glitch. But if you pay close attention, you're going to go to the Xbox or PlayStation game store. And on the third cloud scene, you're going to sign out. So if you watch closely, 1, 2, 3, that's exactly where I sign out. You're going to go ahead and sign out from your Xbox or PlayStation. Now, on the Xbox, it's going to automatically start loading up story mode, and it will also give this error to you that the connection to Xbox Live was lost. But on PlayStation, it should generally load back up single player, the single player session that you were in prior to joining online almost instantly. So once it loads up North Yankton, you're going to want to sign right back in to your account, and once you've signed back into the account that you want to bring in, you're going to go ahead and load up your single player save that you're using prior to logging onto online. So as you see here, once you've signed back in, you can go ahead and go over to game and load game and select the save that you normally use. Of course, my save is the auto save. It does not matter what save you're using, as long as you can access the Atomic Blimp. So after you wait for this whole thing to load and it goes into the single player, I'll show you what to do from there. But it's fairly self-explanatory. You would go over to the blimp and get inside the blimp, and from there you're going to go ahead and log back in. Unfortunately for me, sometimes the blimp spawns in 2 locations. 3 out of 4 times it will spawn in the middle of the horse track, but the other 4th of the time it'll spawn down in Los Santos Airport. So in case it does spawn down in Los Santos Airport, you can go ahead and retrieve that blimp and bring it to the center of the horse track. And as you see here, the blimp actually does spawn at the bottom of the map at Los Santos Airport, which it occasionally will do. So all you have to do is go ahead and retrieve it. But nonetheless, what you want to do is, instead of having the blimp down in the bottom right hand corner or bottom left hand corner, you're going to have to put the blimp right in the center of the horse track. The reason you are getting inside the blimp is because this glitch tricks Rockstar into thinking that the blimp and both Michael and the blimp are an AI character that are meant to be in online in front of your multiplayer character, and that of course Michael will be invisible, but nonetheless he'll be there. And as you see here, even if you blow up the blimp by accident or on purpose, and if you still die, no matter what, you can still perform this glitch. You can die as many times as you want between the time you obtain the blimp and the time you actually try to get it in online. And as you see here, of course, after I die, I call on the blimp a second time, and it will indeed spawn it in the center of the horse track. So there's the blimp logo, and if you make your way on over to the blimp in the center of the horse track, of course going underneath that bridge there, you will see that the blimp is there waiting for you. Once the blimp is there waiting for you, you're going to go ahead and get inside of the blimp, because you need to get inside the blimp and you need to move it a little bit. There's no really rhyme or reason as to why you need to move the blimp, but all you need to do is basically get inside and lift it up into the air and lift it back down, and that'll sort of register the vehicle in front of your multiplayer character. And as you see here, all you have to do is basically get inside and lift the blimp a few feet off the ground and put it back down. This is kind of registering, as I said before, the blimp as an AI character with Michael inside, but you will not see Michael, unfortunately. But anyways, if you lift the blimp up like I do here, and then place it right back down into the ground, you can go ahead and go right into GTA Online, either in FREEROAM or in your own invite-only session. I highly recommend you go into an invite-only session, because a lot of players love to shoot you down, since this vehicle is extremely slow. Either way, it'll work. Of course, the single player to multiplayer FREEROAM sessions, there's a chance that the vehicle may not spawn because there's a player over there. But nonetheless, as you see right in front of my GTA Online character, there is the blimp. And if you look closely after or at least before I get into the blimp, the propellers will be spinning. Basically, you've tricked Rockstar, and you've tricked the game into thinking that there was an AI character inside the blimp, and that the blimp belongs, at least your multiplayer character thinks that the single player character is there. But as you see, the blimp is flying around in multiplayer. There's no yellow special ability bar, and this is a pretty awesome glitch. You can always troll lots of people in lobbies with this, because the blimp is an unobtainable vehicle, and a lot of people will try to shoot you down, as I said earlier, since it is so slow. Anyways, we're going to transition into the 747 method. So you may be thinking, well, what the hell? I asked for the 747 method, and that's the blimp. And yes, this is the 747 method on how to bring the 747 into GTA Online. The first thing you need to do is find your way over to this area marked on the map, as the waypoint is over here. And that's where the 747 normally spawns in single player, but you're going to mark your waypoint basically on the outside of that. And to show you that this is working, this is version 1.10. But anyways, the only reason I have the blimp in front of me right now is because I used this blimp from the prior tutorial, and if you actually watch the blimp tutorial, this is where the blimp came from, and I basically just use it as a form of transportation. A word to the wise when using the blimp: unfortunately for myself, it doesn't have any parachutes, so if you decide to jump out over your waypoints, make sure you have a parachute equipped first, because you will slowly fall to your death, as you see here. But anyways, once you've made your way over to Los Santos Airport, as I marked on the map, on that little waypoint that I want you guys to go to. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to perform the same glitch that you saw from the Atomic Blimp method. And if you didn't see the Atomic Blimp method, I highly recommend you watch both methods first, as they are quite confusing, but nonetheless, once you get them both done, they are pretty good payouts in the end. So you can make your way over to the waypoint on the map. It does not matter if you have it marked or not. I will show you exactly where to go. Once, of course, you've finished crashing your vehicle, you can then make your way over. So on the corner, a good 95% of the time, there will be a plane, and make sure you watch out for all the lugsers trying to take off. But right where I have my vehicle parked and driving around, there is going to be the 747 that you're going to bring into GTA Online. And you can actually fly it around, but all the other ones you can't fly. So right here, as you see, there's a giant 3, a red 3, on the ground of the whole landing and taking off area. What you want to do is stand over here, basically near this yellow line, a good distance away from the corner. And once you've done that, you can go ahead and select your single player character. I highly recommend using Michael. You can use any of the 3 characters. Basically what you're doing right there is you're saving your location down by Los Santos Airport. It won't actually save your character onto the airport tarmac, but it will save your character's location around that area. So once you wait for single player to load up and Michael to finish all his feuds, or of course have some fun with his wife, you're going to want to go ahead and start up an invite-only session. It is quite vital at this step that you do start up an invite-only session and don't join a random GTA Online session, as the steps won't work correctly. So while you're waiting for it to load, you basically just kind of sit there and relax, as GTA takes a while to load back up, but it will put you outside of Los Santos Airport instead of on the tarmac like you were before. Basically, this is saving your location here, and you've done the glitch correctly. Make sure your location was set to last location, because if it was set to property, this won't work correctly. So anyways, once you've, of course, spawned outside of the Los Santos Airport, you can go ahead and go to the Xbox Game Store. And on the 3rd cloud scene, as you see here, that is exactly when you need to sign out. It is vital that you sign out on the 3rd cloud scene. Sometimes I've heard reports of people freezing. Other times I've heard reports of where it just doesn't work correctly. If that happens, just go ahead and try it over again, as I've never really had that error. And as you see here, one of the biggest errors from the Xbox Live is that you'll see that little connection to Xbox Live is lost, but nonetheless, that still means the glitch is working. On the PlayStation, it will actually put you right back into your single player session. So it's pretty self-explanatory what to do from here. As long as you have to follow these steps, you'll be fine to go. So if it loads up North Yankton on your Xbox or your PlayStation, what you need to do is sign right back into your account that you're trying to bring the 747 in online with. And as you see here, once it's finished signing in, you can go ahead and load up the save that you're normally using to, of course, use all your single player functions. I highly recommend using a save that's almost complete or near 100%, rather than using a save that's only a few missions in, because a few missions in you might run into some occasional triggered missions, and you don't want to do that. But anyways, you can go ahead and wait for your single player save to load up, and once it's loaded up from North Yankton, you can then go ahead and retrieve the 747. As I said before, 95% of the time, the 747 will spawn in that airport area, but if it does not spawn in that singular area, there will be other areas where there will be flyable 747s. So once you've spawned in as Michael, I highly recommend using Michael, as Michael is the closest character to Los Santos Airport. You can then make your way on down. And as you see here, I'm going to mark the exact waypoint where you need to go, and that is the same waypoint where you put your online character. Basically, all you have to do is just get into your car, and I highly recommend another step that you may or may not have to do is you purchase the airport hangar. The airport hangar is only 1.378 million, and although that seems like a lot in the beginning of the game, once you've worked your way through all the missions and of course the heist, the final heist at the end, you make roughly 20 million, so it's a pretty fair price. Also, if you're too lazy to do that, there are save editors that allow you to edit your money, and as you see, I have 2.14 billion, so that's all the money you can get. But nonetheless, you can make your way on over to that waypoint, wait for it to do its thing, and as soon as you make it over here, you will see that the first airplane in the corner here, the air hurler, is actually flyable. It is significantly larger than the other airplane further down the line, So you will notice that this is bigger, and of course these hatches on the bottom you can have to walk into, and you can actually fly the airplane. What you need to do from here is basically back up the airplane a little bit to register that the actual airplane is being used, and that what you're doing here is you're actually tricking the game into thinking that Michael is an AI character flying the 747. So you can either go into a normal invite-only session, or you can go into an open lobby. I highly recommend going into an invite-only session, as it A, loads faster, and B, you don't risk the chance of getting shot down as easily. So anyways, it'll spawn you outside the Los Santos airport. What you need to do is grab a vehicle, or basically just walk your way on over, as I did here, and you will see that the airplane is sitting over there waiting for you to use it. It won't be very obvious, but it will basically blend in with the other airplanes. But if you walk up to the bottom compartment area of the airplane, you will see that you can get inside. And I just wanted to include this scene, so I figured to be quiet here.
I have found a gold mine of sexy, intelligent women at my night college class.
And nonetheless, that was some weird character talk. But as I was saying before, this 747 is significantly larger than the airplane further down the line on the tarmac. And obviously, to get in, all you have to do is walk underneath the wheel. And of course, I accidentally tapped Y too many times. But all you need to do is get underneath the wheel and press Y. And as you see here, you have the 747, an unobtainable vehicle in Grand Theft Auto Online. Anyways, that's all there is to this glitch. That's all there is to both glitches, in case you watched both of them. If you didn't happen to watch the blimp method, but you did watch the 747 method, I highly recommend you go back in time and check that out. I will have the timestamps in the description like I previously said, so if you need to find out where or when that actual event is, the tutorial will be linked up in the description. Nonetheless, this is the Glitch Guy. I thank you guys for watching. I also thank INR50 for donating these Xbox Live codes. If you haven't gotten to his channel already, I highly recommend you check him out, as he has some pretty interesting videos. But nonetheless, this has been the Glitch Guy, signing out.